Tracking your submitted application. After you've submitted your application, you can track it from the Submitted Submittals page. To get to the Submitted Submittals page, you can go to Track Submittal Status in the menu, or you can view the submittal directly from the dashboard. Next to your submittal, you'll see 3 colored icons. To view your submitted application, click the orange View Submittal Detail icon. On the Submittal Summary tab, you'll see the Case Review Summary and the Submittal Summary. And this area also includes a box where you can request to revise or withdraw your application. As a reminder, only responsible officials can make requests for these modifications to the application. On the Issuance tab, you'll see documents issued by DEQ authorizing the issuance or termination of the requested permit. On the Email History tab, you can see any emails that have been exchanged between you and DEQ regarding the submitted application. If you expand the entry by clicking the blue arrow to the left, you'll be able to see the full email text. On the Correspondence tab, you can chat with DEQ about the application, and the chat history will be captured below the chat box. For a snapshot of where your application is in the approval process, you can consult the flowchart located in the Review Flow section to the right of the screen. And after reviewing your application, DEQ may send back an application or report with a request for changes. These requests will come in the form of a Sendback note and will be highlighted on your dashboard. The Sendback will include a reason for the sendback and may include attachments such as a stormwater plan checklist. If revised attachments are required, you can upload them in the Submittal Attachments tab. Finally, once the permit is issued, you'll find it on the Permit License Certificate page. You can go to this page from the Permits Certificates option in the menu. We can show what that looks like. So we're already on the Submitted Submittals page. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. We got to this page from clicking Finish after we'd submitted our application. But if you were looking to track your submittal well after the fact, you would expand the navigation menu and then you click on Track Submittal Status from the menu. And now if I want to see the details of this application, I could click here on View Submittal Detail. And on the Submittal Summary tab, I'll have a Case Review Summary, Submittal Summary, and then down here, if I need to request a revision or request to withdraw an application, I would select one of these radio dials and the request will be sent to DEQ. So if I need to, for example, request a revision, I could enter the reason, select the radio dial, and then click Send Request. On the Issuance tab is where you'll see documents related to the issuance or termination of a permit. Obviously there's nothing here yet because we just submitted this application. On the Email History tab, you can see a history of your email correspondences with DEQ. And if you click this expand arrow, you can see the full email text. You want to make sure to add this email address to your contacts list because you will receive correspondence from DEQ from this email address, and you don't want it to get lost in your spam or filtered out for some reason. On the Correspondence tab, you can chat with DEQ, and you can type messages into this box and the chat history will be captured below the chat box. Over here in the side panel, maybe I can expand this, you can see the review flow. At this point, the application's been received and it is undergoing administrative completeness review. I'm going to go back to the dashboard to show you what it looks like if there is a Sendback request from DEQ. So if DEQ needs you to make updates to your application, they'll send those requests in the form of a Sendback, which you'll be able to see right here from your dashboard. And if I click on it, it will take me to my pending submittals page, and I can see that the Sendback is for this 1200C general permit application. So if I click on Edit, and I look over here, I can see a reason for the Sendback. I need to make changes to the erosion and sediment control plan. And DEQ also included attachments with the revisions outlined. So I would make the changes requested, and then I would go back to the Attachments tab and then attach a revised version, as you can see here, of the erosion and sediment control plan. Making sure to name it revised so that it's easier for DEQ to distinguish from the original. And then I would just submit again as we did previously. And I will just go to the submitted submittals page so I can show you an application that's been approved. And I'll go to the View Submittal Details just to show you what it looks like on the Issuance tab. This is where you'll see like a permit assignment letter and any supporting documents. And then, for example, the review flow included application, completeness review, deny and hold determination, a technical reviewer was assigned, technical review was complete, and just the all of the steps involved in the application review process. And then if we go back to our dashboard, actually I guess we didn't need to go back to the dashboard, but if we go to the menu and we click on the Permits Certificates option, this is where we'll see the permits that we've been granted by DEQ. So now that we've talked about starting an application, entering basic information, adding attachments, making payments, reviewing your application, submitting your application, and tracking your application, the only thing left is to cover the resources that are available on the YDO Help Desk page. So you can access training, users guides, and demonstrations at your deqonlinehelp.oregon.gov. And then for general questions and support, you can also email your DEQ Online at deq.state.or.us or by calling 503-229-6184.